Etihad Airways has established themselves as a premium full-service carrier, offering worldwide connections through their hub in Abu Dhabi. For me, it's time to check if premium is an earned description for Etihad, and I will put it to a test today by flying from Zurich to Abu Dhabi in their business class. Good morning from Zurich Airport, where I am heading straight to the Etihad check-in. There's a designated business class check-in desk, however, it seems I am a bit too early as the check-in hasn't opened yet. But I checked in online already and I travel with a cabin bag only, so I may proceed straight to security and to the Swiss lounge. I don't mind, as the Swiss lounge at Dock E offers some nice perks.
Good morning from the Whiskey Club. It's called Whiskey Club 2810, probably because of the runway 2810 that is right in front of it. Here we go. But now it's a bit too early in the morning to taste whiskey, at least for me. But it's a nice and quiet area to wait for my flight.
I moved from the whiskey area to the more breakfasty area of the lounge. Additionally, this lounge offers a fantastic view onto the tarmac on both sides of the terminal. I certainly won't get bored here. In case you wonder why I am in the Swiss lounge, it's because Etihad doesn't have an own lounge at Zurich Airport. I guess Etihad contracted Swiss to offer their lounge. I don't mind at all, but now it's time to go to the gate as I don't want to miss the priority boarding, a perk that comes with a business class ticket. Boarding hasn't started yet, which is fine, as I want to have a glance at our aircraft before getting on board.
My ride today was supposed to be a Boeing 787-9 according to the booking page, but now I think it's going to be a -10, so the longer version, and I suggest we go and check it out.
And here it is, my ride for today, this Etihad Boeing 787-10 instead of the usual -9 that serves this route to Abu Dhabi. It's boarding time and I'm excited to show you what Etihad nowadays has to offer in business class on this roughly 6 or 6.5 hour flight. As always, I can't really hide my excitement. Hello.
Seat number?
6 kilo.
6 kilo.
10. Thank you.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome on board.
Thank you. I received a warm welcome and I got a first glance of Etihad's Boeing 787-10 business class seats. As you maybe noticed, every second seat is facing the other direction, so depending which seat you choose, you might be flying backwards. If that's something you don't like, bear that in mind.
Welcome aboard Etihad Airways on the Boeing 787-10. I have already received a welcome drink, a lemon mint juice. I also could have had a champagne or an orange juice, but since it's still quite early in the morning, I decided to go for the lemon mint juice.
Cheers to a hopefully memorable flight.
Let's have a quick look what I have around me. The seat itself you have already seen when I was boarding. This here looks like the menu, an amenity kit, an IV control, the welcome drink. Not quite sure what this window is, I will find out for sure. This most likely is going to be the table, and in front of me I have a rather large IFE screen. Underneath I find this big blanket. On my seat I found... I almost spilled the welcome drink. This here seems to be the cover for the bed, like a little mattress. And then a pillow. Not as colorful as I remember, but seems fluffy. What do we have behind me? This Etihad Airways signature lamp, I would call it. Then we have some documents, including the safety card. This probably is for the bottle, and then we also have the socket for the headphones, and the headphones themselves we find in here. The bottle in here. These are the headphones, and of course we will check them out once we are airborne. This here is something I didn't notice the last time I was flying with them. Like an armrest extender.
Let's not forget to have a mandatory look at the safety card of this Etihad Boeing 787.
The cabin attendant just came by and provided me these slippers. And they are Etihad branded. And they even look quite big, so they might even fit my feet. By the way, that little window we saw before, I found out what it is. Seat controls and light controls. But they're not only here, they also can be found here. This business class has forward-facing and rear-facing seats. I'm in 6K at the window, obviously. And this one is a forward-facing seat. Let's have a look at the menu, shall we? Here we have the a la carte menu, but also the all-day dining menu. So whenever you're hungry, just grab one of these things. Most likely I'm gonna go for the beef tenderloin. I have just received this packed refreshing towel, which is a bit of a surprise to me. I'm used to have like these white open towels, but why not? Despite the initial cheap look, it's actually quite a nice towel and smells nice. Overhead I find the usual reading lights, but no individual air fans. The cabin attendant just came by and took the orders for lunch, and I could choose when I wanted to have the lunch, after takeoff or a bit later. I chose for after takeoff. However, the beef tenderloin is out, so I think I was one of the last ones who was able to order, and so I had to go for the other three options, and I chose the chicken biryani. Oh, by the way, didn't Etihad used to serve Arabian coffee before departure? Or maybe not, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but I thought I would get some.
It's time to buckle up as we are about to leave rainy Zurich towards more dry and warmer climate.
To fasten, insert the metal clip into the buckle. To adjust, pull on the strap. The safety card in your seat area provides important safety information, including exitكم وسلامتكم هما أهم أولوياتنا. ربط أحزمة المقاعد. لربط حزام اسحبوا المقبض الأحمر بقوة أو انفخوا في الصمام.
By the way, while we taxi to the runway, have you subscribed to my channel yet? If not, consider doing so, as only about 3 to 4% of my viewers have subscribed. And if you like what you see so far, why not leave a thumbs up as well? Thank you so much. Bye wet and cold Switzerland. See you again in roughly 2 weeks with my SD cards full of content. Since we are up in the air now, I allow myself to move my seat into the more comfortable lounge position.
Let's have a look at the amenity kit before all the windows are dimmed.
When opening overhead storage compartment, it allows you to connect to the internet and use your phone on board.
Here we have the Etihad branded amenity kit, which includes eye mask. This is a dental kit, toothpaste, toothbrush, and we have a facial mist, a lip treatment, information leaflet, and there's more like these earplugs and hand and body lotion. And that's it. I think it's pretty nice and compact, which is good because I'm traveling for 2 weeks with only hand luggage. It looks like we have reached cruising altitude, so I think I take the chance to go to the bathroom before the meal is being served, and that means I can do a little review.
There isn't much extra headspace for my 1m93 or 6'4", but just enough. Otherwise, this business class lavatory is equipped with the usual towels and some creams and sprays. And the sink comes with liquid hand soap. I like that the trash bin can be opened with this foot pedal, as I'm the sort of guy who doesn't like touching the bin cover. This bathroom also offers a baby changing table and a window for some natural light. Back at my seat and the dimmed window, I am now ready to slip into my provided slippers. We will find out now if they indeed fit my size of feet, which would be a rare occasion. Not too bad. Maybe one size bigger and the slippers would fit perfectly.
My apero has been served, some nuts and a gin tonic. Because I saw they have the botanist gin, which is one of my favorite, so I couldn't resist. The nuts are warm. While we wait for the appetizer, let's have a look at the headphones, because I want to watch something while the meal is being served. But we are going through the IFE anyway a bit later in the flight, so you see what you can expect when you book also Etihad.
As you can see, the headphones are Etihad branded. They feel quite substantial. Let's check out how they feel over the ears. Feels comfortable, and now let's hear into the noise cancelling capabilities.
The noise cancelling immediately kicked in.
I get ready for my cinema and dine experience, something I love doing on longer flights with good in-flight entertainment. Let's see what's on offer to watch today.
Of course, I could also use the handheld instead of leaning forward and touch the screen.
And now, what I was looking forward to quite a bit, the Etihad Business Class dining experience.
Here we go, my appetizer, the Arabic mezze with a selection of bread, small salad, a Coke Zero, some water. Looks nice. Now I have just received my chicken biryani, my main course for today. The chicken biryani was quite nice. Well, the chicken was quite nice. The rice felt a bit dry-ish. Not sure if it's supposed to be that dry in this dish. And it was a little bit spicy, but it was okay. But overall, it was a nice lunch. And finally, Häagen-Dazs strawberry ice cream. Let's see how hard the ice cream is. I think it's pretty soft, still a bit frozen, but I think it's actually almost ideal, I would say.
How cool is that? We are racing an Emirates Airbus A380 with a special livery, which is flying above and next to us, most likely heading to Dubai. Now I wish I had brought my bigger telephoto lens for a more close-up shot of this sky dance.
The lunch out of the way, I think I'm gonna relax a bit now and take the chance to show you maybe the seat recline. As expected, it's a fully flat bed, and I can fully stretch my feet and legs, and I even have a bit of space to jiggle around, so I would say it's quite a generous business class seat / bed. So I had a bit of a rest, and I see we have around 1.5 hours to go. Maybe I can show you a little bit more about the seat, because I found some power sockets. These are some USB ports, and this down here I believe is a power supply. And as promised, let's have a look at the IFE. This here is the main menu. So we have games, e-library, news, movies, TV shows, live TV, music at the flight path, kids stuff, radio, most popular. Let's have a look at the movie section. That's new movies, screen on screen, games, emotion, written movies, and so on. These are all the different genres, and these are the latest releases. So if you check out, for example, timeless classics. And you can also use search terms to find a specific movie that you want to see. Back at the main menu, so we can have a look at TV shows. Shall we look at, for example, HBO Max? We have these ones. I don't know any of these, to be honest. Comedy. We have Big Bang Theory, Friends. These are pretty much the ones that I know. And another channel I always like to look at is the flight path. It seems we are overhead Iraq, I think it is. Let's see, overhead. So it's interactive, I can zoom. Yes, I can. I think this is Iraq, or is it Iran? Not quite sure, but it's this region. I have flown Etihad maybe 15, 16, 17 times before, and the hard product, I always enjoyed the crew sometimes. I think it's a bit of a hit or miss. I had a really excellent crew, and sometimes I had the crew that was a bit less, how shall I say, attentive. And on this flight, it's more the latter. The cabin attendant responsible for my aisle, he walks back and forth quite a lot, but he wouldn't stop and ask and if I need something else. So I'm already waiting for quite a while in order to order a green tea and some fruit, but he would never stop and I would not have a chance to ask if I could get some. I mean, of course I could press the call button, but is that necessary? I have had different experience where it was not necessary to press the call button, that I could actually ask if there's something I would like. I just got interrupted before. It's as if the cabin attendant heard what I was saying, because he came, stopped by and asked if there's something else I want before we land in Abu Dhabi. Maybe he heard me. While we wait for the tea, let's have a look if there's a game that is interesting enough for me to play. And I think we have like 45 minutes left before landing. Not enough time to watch a whole movie. So games. Where are they? Did I just miss the games? Oh, where are they? Here we go. Here's my favorite one. A bit of Angry Birds until I was interrupted by a little treat. That looks like a lovely pre-arrival snack. I tried to connect to the onboard Wi-Fi, however I didn't manage to establish a connection. Maybe I tried a bit too close to landing in Abu Dhabi or over a region of no connectivity. Eventually I gave up. However, I can confirm that Etihad usually offers in-flight Wi-Fi. I had successfully connected to it on earlier flights with them. My flight is slowly but surely coming to an end, as we have started our descent towards the newly opened Abu Dhabi International Airport in the UAE. We have started our descent towards Abu Dhabi, and I'm looking forward to visit for the first time the new international airport, Zurich International Airport in Abu Dhabi. As always, or at least most of the time, I quite enjoyed flying with Etihad Airways, and it was no exception today. The food was very nice. I very much like the seat, especially the space I have. It's such a spacious seat, and when laying down, I easily fit with 1.92 m or 6'4", easily fit onto the flat bed, which is very pleasant. I mean, it was a day flight. Now it's evening, obviously, so I was not sleeping at all. Also, was just watching TV. I can highly recommend Etihad Business Class. I would book them again. Of course, it depends on the fare, because I can't pay thousands of francs. I think I paid 1,400 francs, which is around $1,600 from Zurich to Abu Dhabi, and then from Abu Dhabi to Bangkok. The Bangkok leg I'm not gonna film, because it's gonna be a night flight, and hopefully similar or even better than this one. We will see. It also depends a bit on the crew. Anyway, I have like almost dozens of videos about Etihad Airways. I don't think I need to film every single Etihad flight that I do. Check them out. I might even link them somewhere up here. While you're at it, consider subscribing to my channel. Welcome to Abu Dhabi. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye. That was my Etihad Business Class flight review, spoken in a strong Swiss German accent. I hope you liked it anyway. Thank you for watching. Till next time, bye for now.